Creating Keynote's so easy and learning it was such a breeze. It has great animation and effects and could turn your simple presentation into a very professional one. Here are 10 tips and tricks for Keynote which help me create my presentations. I hope you enjoyed this video and please don't forget to subscribe. Now let's begin! First up is customizing your toolbar. If there are common functions that you always use and it's not already in the toolbar, you can add it by right-clicking the toolbar and select Customize Toolbar. From here, you can drag and drop the functions you want and even remove the ones that's not useful for you. With me, I always use the lock and unlock button. So I can drag it here. I'll also remove that spacer. I'm also going to add the forward and the backward button. And if you want to reset your toolbar, you can simply drag the ones on the bottom and then drop it. When done, click Done. The second tip, edit your video by trimming it on Keynote and changing the poster frame. I've seen Keynote users use a different editing video program to change the start and end of a video. You can actually do this on Keynote. You can edit the start of a video by clicking the slider here, and you can also edit the video so it ends at a specific frame. If you want to be more exact with your trim, you can click here and type the time where you want it to end. You can also change the poster frame so when it goes to the video slide, they don't see the start of the video. You can also repeat the video by clicking loop or loop back and forth. The third tip is Instant Alpha. If you have an image that you want to remove the background, you don't need a separate editing program to do this. Click the Instant Alpha option and then hover over the background that you want to remove and then click and drag. Click Done once the background is removed. The next one is to use Collaborate function. You no longer have to wait for someone to finish a presentation before editing your part. Multiple users can now edit a Keynote presentation as long as your collaborators have an iCloud account. The iCloud account is free and anyone can create them easily. You can also modify the permission if you want people to have view-only access. Once done, click Share. The next one is Magic Move for your images. Magic Move creates a good transition from one slide to the other. You have to duplicate the first slide, then modify the elements from either the original or duplicated slide. As you can see, I've duplicated my slide and now modifying the original slide. I've deleted 3 of the images and make one of the images big. Then select the slide, then go to Animation, add an effect, and pick Magic Move. It gives you a warning. Just click OK. If I press play, this is how it looks. Here's another example. I have a life cycle of software development. I'll duplicate the slide, then modify the duplicated slide. I'll then change the color of the font and then delete the lifecycle wheel. I'll arrange these text box and then I'll add another text box underneath each one. I'll just put this text example and duplicate each one. And then now I'll go back to the original slide, pick Animate, add an effect, and choose Magic Move. If I press play, this is how it looks. Here's another magic move example. I'm going to duplicate the slide and then rearrange these circles, add some elements, and now we're ready to add magic move. If I press play again, this is how it looks. The next one is using magic move on text. I'm going to duplicate the slide and then rearrange these texts by hitting enter on each letter. And then add the meaning of each acronym. Then apply magic move on the original slide. Then pick by character. And then let's preview it. If we hit play, this is how it looks. The next one is use line draw for comparisons and shapes. If you are comparing numbers and don't want to use boring graphs, you can use line draw instead. I'll show you what I mean as I create these texts. And then I'll add a bar line here. I'll make that thicker. And then change the color of each line. Now click each line and animate and pick line draw. Do that for each of the lines. And then let's look at the build order. So each line is on click. And if we hit play, this is how it looks. You can also use line draw for creating a path on a map. I'm going to add a map and then draw a line I'll put a little bit of curve for dramatic effect and then add an effect and use line draw. I'll draw another line here and then curve it as well and then animate it and use line draw. The next tip is grabbing elements from your Keynote if you misplaced your elements. All the elements that you use in your Keynote, such as images, videos, and music, are packaged in one Keynote file. If you've misplaced the original image, videos, or music source, you can find those elements by unpacking your Keynote document. Here's what I mean. Go to your file, then duplicate the original file, and then add .zip on the file name. This will turn into a zip file. Now double click that zip file to uncompress it. And now it will unpackage your Keynote document. If you look under Data folder, you'll see all your files, including images, videos, and music if you have one. Since all your elements are packaged in one Keynote, your Keynote document becomes huge as you add more high-quality images, videos, and music in each slide. Because of this, it's sometimes hard to email a Keynote document. One tip is using reduced file size in Keynote. As you can see, you have multiple options over here. You can change the movie quality to draft quality, and then now you have 3 MB Keynote file. And then you have 2 options. You can reduce the original file or reduce a copy. I always try to use reduce a copy, so that way our original file is untouched. Now if you look in Finder, you can see that the file is now 2 megs compared to 63 megabyte. The last thing is using Keynote Templates. If you are looking for more Keynote templates and you don't like the ones that's in Keynote now, you can purchase them from other websites like themeforest.net or creativemarket.com. These templates vary in prices. Some are more expensive than others. You just have to view them and see what you like. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope these tips helped you. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and please don't forget to subscribe.